It's human nature to be skeptical. Nobody wants to be a sucker. But we also don't want to be so jaded and cynical that we miss the real opportunities that are often right in front of us. So when it comes to the data center build-out we talk about so much, which is making people fortunes, I'm getting tired of all the bubble talk and the constant nihilism. Like it or not, the rise of both AI and accelerated computing are two of the biggest developments of my lifetime. And to think that they have somehow already peaked is downright fatuous. Let me give you an analogy. Last night, my executive producer, Regina Gilgan, and I went to a party to celebrate our friend Oz Perlman's new book, Read Your Mind. Oz is a wonder. You've seen him on our network a bunch of times. He was on Scotty's afternoon show yesterday. And by the way, he was on 60 Minutes on Sunday. I love the guy. I like to bask in wonder when I'm with him, not asking a thing, not trying to figure out how he does it, just how he reads minds, so to speak, or how he knows your PIN number or your birth date or your first date. What's the point? We know there's a trick. I think it loses all its allure once you actually know how it's done. I bring this up because many investors seem to be looking at this whole data center AI story as a giant con. Just one huge Oz Perlman trick production that they don't want to be fooled by. Yet each day something happens that tells us it's very for real. You think Cameco's a joke of a uranium company, perhaps. Slow grower with a stock that's done nothing this century. But then all of a sudden the government decides to partner up with Westinghouse for an $80 billion nuclear build-out, all driven by power demand for the data center. Well, it turns out that Cameco, it happens to own 49% of Westinghouse, so the stock jumps 23% yesterday in one session. Did Oz put those points on the board, or did the market? How about Bloom Energy? Now, I've been waiting for this dog to do something for years, 7 years, and nothing. Their solid oxide fuel cells never seem to catch on. Too expensive, not enough need. They lost hundreds of millions of dollars, but they never gave up. Sure enough, Bloom's now the industry standard on on-prem clean, non-combustible energy at the data center, and they can't make the product fast enough. Last night, they reported a true blowout quarter. Stock shot up 18%. I'll take those gains. And you know who made the most money? The believers. That's who. Now, I know that there are plenty of AI-related companies that are on the more dubious side, but these two companies and so many others are simply out there working hard to try to develop a better way to generate power or to process data super fast so it could think like us. At this pace, in 2 years, it'll be better than us. Is that smoke and mirrors? In How to Make Money in Any Market, I go to great lengths not to recommend, but to demand that you pick one speculative stock in a 5-stock portfolio that I want you to take alongside your index funds. Why? Because maybe you could own the next Bloom, the next Cameco, two stocks that suddenly have changed a lot of people's lives in the last couple of weeks. Sure, you might pick the wrong one, but I think it's worth a try, especially in this market where speculative stocks are paying off like I've never seen in my life. And stop thinking that everyone's out to con you. Stop thinking that everyone's trying to be Oz Perlman, a man who's very upfront, by the way, about the fact that he's not really a mind reader at all. We've been told that AI is a bubble for roughly 3 years straight now. That's been dead wrong every step of the way. How long are you going to take those critics seriously? I'm not saying you should bet everything on the next Bloom Energy or that you should own every uranium ETF. I just want you to do what I recommend in How to Make Money in Any Market. Speculate wisely, because it's worth trying to participate in these huge gains as long as you limit it to no more than one position that's 10% of your entire portfolio. Look, I don't know how long this period is going to last. I do know that fortunes are being made in this year of magical investing, so why shouldn't you have a small risk position so that you could make a fortune too? I like to say there's always a bull market somewhere. I promise I'll find it just for you right here on Mad Money. I'm Jim Cramer. See you tomorrow.